Hello everyone. In this video we will learn about the Human Genome Project, and this is the part 1 video in which we will discuss basically the background of the Human Genome Project, and we will also discuss about some important terminologies that one should actually know before learning about the human genome. Okay, so let's begin. What is genome? Genome of an organism is the complete set of its genetic material that can be even a coding or a non-coding one of the chromosome which is present in the nucleus, or the extra chromosomal material, that is the mitochondrial or the chloroplast genetic material. So it is the sum total, all the genetic information that a particular organism holds within it is the genome of that organism, and the study of genomes is called the genomics. The branch of science that deals with this kind of study is the genomics. So, are you clear with this topic? So, two terms which people are most confused about is the genome mapping and genome sequencing. These two terms should be firstly cleared before we move on to the next topic. So, basically, a genome map is a schematic representation of the various genetic markers that are present on the chromosome and their specific location and relative distances between them. So, when we study about the chromosome, we have various genes located on them. So, a map is the relative distances between these genes, or a particular marker that is again a particular gene only, but that is unique to that chromosome or that individual. So the location of some other gene relative to that marker, or the number of base pairs that separate two genes. Okay, so this is the map of the chromosome. Okay, that only gives the relative location of particular genes within the chromosome. This genome mapping actually helps while sequencing the genome. Okay, that is not the complete information about the chromosome, but this kind of mapping helps in sequencing the genome. Genome sequencing is basically the A to Z information of the genetic material or a chromosome, that is from its tip to its end, the nucleotides that constitute that particular DNA, the sequence of the nucleotide, the arrangement and the order of that nucleotide is the sequence. Okay, so Human Genome Project was actually aimed to sequence this complete genome of the organism, the all the chromosomes that the human possess, all the 23 pairs of the chromosome, and the mitochondrial DNA as well. Okay, along with also mapping was also done, and it was useful in sequencing the genome. Okay, so mapping actually helped in sequencing the genome. It is a different thing beside the genome sequencing. Okay, so hope you're clear with what is a genetic map and what is a sequence. And there can be three basic type of genetic mapping. That can be cytogenetic mapping, physical mapping, or there can be linkage mapping that we usually study in genetics. So this can constitute a separate topic and a separate video, the genetic map and mapping. So moving ahead to the background of the Human Genome Project. So Human Genome Project was a mega project. Why it is called a mega project? Because it is very costly project. It was very costly project, and it actually comprises various institutes across the globe as their participating members. Okay, so it was assumed to sequence all the 3 billion base pairs that comprise the human genome. So it is very huge amount, and lots and lots of funds was needed to do so. So it was a mega project, and it is the world's largest collaborative project also. Okay, so the beginning of this project was, the idea was actually established in the 1984, but it was began in 1990, and actually it was aimed or expected to be announced in 2003, that it should be completed by 2003, but it took a bit more time and was completed in 2005 finally. Okay, so the government organization were there sequencing the genome, but in parallel in 1998, a privately funded institute, that is the Celera Genomics, also began sequencing the human genome. The approach they used was quite different from the government organizations, but the aim was same, to sequence the human genome. There was some controversies between the government organization and Celera Genomics, because Celera Genomics, being a privately funded institute, also wanted to patent the uh, human genome. This is a very controversial topic that actually plays a very important debate kind of role in the history of the Human Genome Project. And this topic can be discussed some other day, in some other manner, in some other video. So proceeding forward, so this Celera Genomics was actually a privately funded institute. So one has to remember this as well, that Celera Genomics were also playing a very important role in um, for the Human Genome Project. And then there were among at least 20 institutes that were participating in this project. Okay, now the government institute that were actually playing the major role during the project were the US Department of Energy. It was the center for the discussion for the Human Genome Project as early as in 1984. So from the starting onwards, only the idea, the establishment of the idea and all this thing was actually initiated in the US Department of Energy. Okay, the other important organization that plays role here is the National Institute of Health. It first participated in the project in 1988 by creating the Office for the Human Genome Research. So here is where the research was actually carried out. And this organization was upgraded in 1990 to the National Center for Human Genome Research, and later on in 1997 it was named as the National Human Genome Research Institute. Okay, the funding for the Human Genome Project uh, not only came from the US government and the NIH and DOE, but also various charity organizations. For example, the Wellcome Trust, okay, played a very important role in funding this project, and UNESCO, which is a UN organization, again also played very important role in the funds that were provided for the project. So because it was a very mega project, okay, so various organizations were directly or indirectly participating, because everybody actually wanted to sequence the human genome, because it will actually open a new era of science and technology and new scopes to the medicine. So it was everybody was actually knowing the importance of the project, so they were actually contributing in each of the way they can. Okay, so thus it was a mega project. Yes. So budget is very important, because at that time we didn't had much of the technologies to sequence such amount of nucleotides. So, and whatever technology we had was very costly. So the budget has to be planned accordingly. So the 15 years gap that was given to the Human Genome Project, actually it was said that $3 billion was actually spent, and that 15 years was actually divided into three 5-year plans. Okay, and this funding was actually spent for conducting studies of human diseases. So what are the genetic diseases that are caused due to the differences in the genome? So that studies were actually carried out. Also sequencing the model organism. Besides sequencing the human genome, it was important to sequence some model organism like the E. coli, the Saccharomyces cerevisiae, Arabidopsis, Drosophila, and so on. Why it was important? Because not only just sequencing human, it was important that we have to perform various comparative studies. Okay, so sequencing the model organism and then comparing between the human and their genome sequences will actually lead to various research and various um, homology based studies can be done. Okay, so it was very important again, and for developing the latest technologies to be used for biological and medical research. So parallelly, as there were no such technologies, very few technologies were available to sequence the genome. So new technologies and computer programs were actually being designed. Okay, so development of the computational method to analyze the genome. So not only just finding out the genome sequence, it was also important to analyze that and to know about the function of the genes that are present in the genome. Okay, Again, it is a very mega project, and such kind of projects comes with various ethical, legal, and social issues among the population. So the scientists have to deal with that as well. So the funds have to go towards this area also, and sequencing the human genome, of course. Yeah, the goals of the Human Genome Project. So why we need to sequence the human genome? Why was there a need to actually sequence the human genome? So there were various goals, okay, and the 15 years divided into 3 5-year plans have their own separate goals, okay, and this was to analyze the structure of human DNA and to know the precise position of the gene, that is the A to Z nucleotide sequence, that is sequencing that we have to do, and also the genome mapping, the precise location, position of the gene to be analyzed, the relative locations of the gene to be analyzed, okay, their importance, all these things were actually the goals. Also, parallelly, model organisms have to be sequenced so as to perform the comparative study and to understand the similarity and the functioning of the genes and the uh, genome, yes. And the information that was generated by the Human Genome Project will actually ultimately lead to the advancement in the biomedical sciences, utility in the medicine, helping in understanding and treating several genetic diseases and multifactorial diseases where genetic predisposition plays a very important role. So, medicine and research actually demanded for the sequencing of human genome. The Human Genome Project was initially planned for a span of 15 years from 1990 to 2005. This time period was divided into 3 5-year plans that we have already discussed previously. The first 5-year plan from 1990 to 95 was revised in 93 because the goal of this 5-year plan was early established. So it was revised in 93 and there was an accelerated progress in the genome sequencing. The second 5-year plan defined goals from the 93 to 98. The development of the third plan occurred through several workshops which were conducted by Department of Energy and National Institute of Health, United States. So, Celera Genomics, the privately funded institute, and the US Department of Energy and National Institute of Health, they both had a general approach to sequence the genome or for the Human Genome Project. That approach was to map the genome first. That means to find the relative positions of the genes, okay, in accordance to the certain markers or in accordance to each other, okay. So first they actually mapped the chromosome, okay. Second was to sequence, okay. The sequencing was done using the technologies that were available at that time. Sanger's method, okay, was actually used, okay. And then after sequencing, we need to perform functional analysis. That means the whatever the gene has been identified, okay, what functions does that gene play, okay. So functional analysis has to be done, okay. That will be the ultimate goal only, no? Not only just sequencing. What will we do by sequencing the genome? We should have some application to it. So functional analysis was also very important. So this was a general approach for the Human Genome Project. This general approach and the strategy and the technique that is used, we will actually discuss this in the second video, the part 2 video of the Human Genome Project. This was just the background video, and this video, the notes that is available to the video will help you make your own notes and crack your exams. I hope you like the video. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more such updates. Thank you for viewing.